Hey, sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, a really quick message before we get to the episode today. I want you to consider possibility of being part of a sisterhood of women just like you that want more connection and passion within their marriage, want a deeper connection with their children, that want more within their business and their bank account, want a healthier and lean body, and want to clearly know their purpose. See, this is what my Women Wanting More live events are all about. Being part of a sisterhood of women, 2.5 days of going deep on all of these things and coming out the other end knowing clearly what you want, why it matters, and the tools to actually put that shit into action. So if this is something that's speaking to you right now, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Coach With Me button, and we will start the application process to see if you're fit for my next live event. Enjoy the episode, sister. Love and appreciate you.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
All right, sister. So let's talk about the concept of cleaning it up. Clean it up. So this morning, my youngest little dude, Kai, he's 3, was up about 5 to 6. I was supposed to go to boxing, but my trainer was able to make it, so no big deal. Daddy got a little bit extra sleep. Mommy's been up since 4:30 anyways. Having time for me, taking care of dogs, so we were up. And because he was up about an hour earlier than he normally would, he's a little cranky because he's tired. So by the time that I record this, it is beginning of December. We just put up our Christmas tree, at least just the tree part. We're going to decorate it tonight. And we have this new tree that, when you click on the lights, it's white, and then it's colored, and then it's flashing, and it goes back and forth. And he was just like messing with it. And I'm like, Kai, like, you can't, don't touch the lights. Kai, come on over here, buddy, try and distract. Trying to say, I have to put the tree away, keep messing with the lights. And then got frustrated enough that I yelled at him. And it's not very often for my little guy that I yell at him, but I did. So be it, it's what is, right? And when I have yelled at him before, like, it upsets him, scares him. It's not something that mommy does often with him. He hears it a lot more with his older brother. His older brother's 6, but for him, it just really affects him. So he starts crying, and I hug him and say, Mommy's sorry. As we were driving then to daycare, so now fast forward about an hour and a half later, driving him to daycare. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, I do something with my boys called power words. You might call them affirmations. I don't like the concept of affirmation. To me, affirmation just seems very flighty, very like, I believe in myself. I like a lot of words that are said, but are not really believed. So we call ours power words. Start our day in power, right? I want to have the programming that my kids have first thing in the morning to be positive, right? To be empowering, for them to know how amazing that they are. And so we're driving, and it's always our thing. I've got the power words. I know most of them, and we add to them as well too, but I've got them in every on talk on my phone. So I'm like, okay, buddy, let's do our power words. And he's like, no. I'm like, well, buddy, this is what we do in the morning. Let's do them. He's like, no, Mommy, you yelled at me. And I go, I did, buddy. And it wasn't okay. And Mommy should not be yelling at you. And I am sorry. Now, he brought it up one more time, right? Went through the same thing. Yes, buddy. Mommy yelled. It's not okay. You should not be yelled at. I am sorry. Mommy made a mistake. And I am sorry. And at the end of the second time, he goes, it's okay, Mommy. And then we went into power words. Now, how do apologies typically work, right? Well, buddy, I'm sorry, but you should have stopped messing with the Christmas lights. How about with our spouses? Sweetie, I'm sorry for calling you an asshole, but you really need to listen to me more. as soon as you put a but or a however into the apology, it nullifies it. Like, it's done. It's like you're messing it up. You apologize, you clean it up, and you move on. There's no but, there's no reason why, or, well, if you didn't do this and I wouldn't have yelled. No. I'm a grown-ass fucking woman. Made a conscious decision to yell at my 3-year-old this morning. Tired or not, frustrated or not, it doesn't matter. And I don't beat myself up about it. I recognize it. I don't go, oh, worst mother in the world. Or, oh, that wasn't my best parenting moment. Some of the things I've heard other people say, and I've said before too, but you know what now? It's just like, I did that. It's what is. What do I learn from that situation? And most importantly, how do I clean that up? So, like, I apologize to my children. Apologize to my husband. I even apologized to a stranger today. So, this was all within like about a 20-minute period of time. I'm like, some powerful lessons I'm getting today. Powerful. Thank you. So I'm coming back from driving Kai. And when I come back from dropping off Kai at daycare in the mornings, I've got about 5 or 10 minutes. And my husband's helped getting Tyson, make sure he's got breakfast and dressed and, kind of ready to go. And then him and I go out the door and we're walking. Just dropped him off and I'm walking back home. Get started with my work day. So as I'm pulling into the driveway, today's recycling day in our neighborhood. And since we moved here to Victoria, there will be people that go around and pick up the recycling. Okay, so in most parts of North America, really, right, you can bring some recycling like cans and bottles and things like that to a recycling depot and get money for them. For me, it's like, I'm not going to go and pile up stuff to get like $5, if that, or $2.50. Like, just, it's not worth my time, right? I'll recycle it. But there's people that come around our neighborhood and they'll collect it, right? To earn money. I remember seeing some people kind of early in the morning do it. I'm just like, I don't really care. It's fine. At least they're doing something to earn and not just expecting handouts from government or otherwise, but they're doing something to earn money, or who knows, right? Why they need to go and do that, because it's not a fun thing. They kind of do it before anyone can see, because I think it's actually illegal to do it. Like, I think you're on people's property trespassing. I don't really know, but like who cares, right? And so as I was about to pull into my driveway, this guy's in a minivan. The doors, like the big van doors, are open on each side. He's in shorts. A little bit cool this morning for Victoria. We don't really even get below like 0 Celsius, but it's a little frosty out. I think it was maybe +2 Celsius this morning. Because we have a lot of dampness here on the island, there was a little icy on the outside of our house. We're like on a hill. So he gets out and he kind of wipes out. He's wearing shorts, okay? Shorts. It's colder. And like a jacket opened up. He comes around and I roll down my window and I'm pissed. I'm pissed because this guy's blocking my driveway and I have to get in and bring Tyson to school. Okay? So I roll down my window and I go, that's my house. Like, very intimidating. In other words, like, get the fuck out of my driveway. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So he runs back around the other corner of his van. He wipes out again on the ice, gets back up. He drives, he kind of leaves the van door up, just drives it forward a little bit so I can get into my driveway. And he goes, like, very humbly, very kind of hat in hand, very apologetic. He's like, would it be okay if I take your bottles? And I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. So I pull in the driveway. And then it hits me. And the voice is like, you need to go apologize to him. Go clean that shit up. And I realized, as I'm telling my husband this later, was like, I started to see things. I started to have perspective. Like, he's in shorts. Okay, so maybe, even if it's somebody who, maybe he's just a warm guy, like, maybe he's in shorts because he doesn't have any pants. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe he's got a family and this is a way he's actually able to bring some food on the table for his children. Maybe he lost his job recently. I don't know his story, right? But I started to see he's driving a really crappy old minivan. And here I am pulling into this beautiful, I think the home we're renting is valued at about like $1.5 million home in our new Porsche Cayenne SUV. And I'm mad at this guy who's picking bottles out and is now taking up, an extra 45 seconds of my day. What the fuck, right? So as soon as I parked the car, it was like immediate. It was like, go clean that up, Karen. Not cool. I was really emotional. I'm trying to tell him without crying. So I parked the car because he's pulled his van up a little bit so I can get into my driveway. He's picking the bottles out. He comes around to do it because I've said, yeah, it's fine. And I come around and I said, I treated you rudely and it was not okay and I am sorry. And he was like, oh, okay, thank you. And I just said, thank you. And walked into my house. It was like a flood of emotion. And again, it wasn't like the hammers. It wasn't like, oh, I'm such a bitch. What a fucking, I'm so mean. What the hell, Karen? It was none of that. It was just, again, I'm pulling in my house. I'm not having to go and hustle for money in the mornings and grab bottles out of people's recycling to maybe pay for, and I was telling Ed, he's like, he might even just, maybe he lives in that van. I'm like, it kind of looked like it. And I was just like, man, you know what? I have so much to be thankful for. And that our interactions with each other in this world, even though we can come from very, very different spaces and we all have different stories, that the way I interacted with this man was not powerful. It was non-powerful. It was not respectful, which is also not powerful. It was not kind. It was not powerful. So I realized how much gratitude I have for what I have and what I've created in my life. Wasn't handed to me. My husband and I worked very hard to get here and continue to. But I had a choice in that moment, right? I could have been like, whatever, and, come on, Karen, and, I don't have time. Or maybe even still be on that place of well, he shouldn't be in front of my driveway, and that's illegal, blah, 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 But it just was just like a flood to me, The voice was just like, Karen, go clean that shit up. Clean it up. And I did. And so this isn't about beating yourself up when you say or do things which are not aligned with who you are. Right? This isn't about feeling guilty and ashamed and badly. If you treated someone badly, you're a human being. Come on. Just clean it up. Apologize. Don't give reasons and excuses. Just apologize. Clean. I'm sorry. That was not okay. I treated you disrespectfully. I'm sorry. Thank you. And I don't do this to be like, oh, well, I made his day again. Because I said, no, it's not about that. It's clean it up. I am a big believer that, we have to tie up this shit in the universe of unfinished things, right? For other people, if it involves them, and for us. I can think of times that I've done things like that. And I probably still, I could, if I really sat down and thought about it, I could probably think of 10 things of how something I said to someone, did to them, didn't do, didn't say, that I still remember to this day. And think of the time and energy that you might spend either getting the hammers out and beating yourself up, thinking about it, feeling badly, that interferes with you getting what you want, you living the life that you want to design. It's baggage, right? Clean it up, let it go, move on. You're human, sister, you're human. So here's your more tip for today. Where do you need to clean things up today in your life? Big or small, right? Big or small. With your kids, with your husband, with your business, with the client, with a neighbor. Maybe it's a random stranger, Gosh, I remember this is way back, man. This is almost 20 years ago. Moved to San Jose when we were actually starting chiropractic college. It's in 97. It was a year later, maybe 98 or something like that. But we had these neighbors below that were a little crazy. And I remember one of them freaking out over one of my friends coming over to study at the time. I don't remember the reason why. But I remember my friend's name was Mandy, and she was like, oh, she's such a fucking bitch. And I was like, let's just, whatever. It kind of bugged me. I didn't pay attention to it. She came up maybe an hour later and apologized. And this is not a woman that you would probably put under the rational category, very reactive. I didn't really understand her. She wasn't the nicest person. I don't know her story, but this is what was, right? Her name is Diane. And I remember Diane coming up and just being kind of very apologetic. Like, she cleaned it up and just said, I am sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if she gave a reason or excuse. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But, clean stuff up, sister. For that person, but most importantly for you. So where is that right now? You need to clean something up. And that could be that you send an email, you send someone a text, you're face-to-face with them, right? You call them, you do something nice for that person, and you clean it up. You apologize without the reasons, without the excuses, without the bullshit justifications, but you clean it up. So listen, sister, this is really something exciting I'm going to do. Is actually like brand new at the end of the podcast. So I typically am saying, hey, head over to drkarenosborne.com and subscribe to the newsletter. And you need to do that. If you're not on the list, definitely do that, because that is the VIP access to everything Women Wanting More. So everything that's coming out, you actually get access through the newsletter first, and I send that out daily. But here's something even cooler I want you to do. So I will put a link in the show notes for the Women Wanting More live event movie. And in that, and you're also going to opt in your name and your email. You'll have immediate access to watch the movie. It's not long, it's 7 minutes. And you're going to see, now right now there's 3 stories of the women actually that are from the event. So of the 6 incredible women that all discovered power at the end of that 2.5-day live event, didn't have it going in, were not clear on what they wanted and why, and had all of that, plus felt powerful and became more powerful women at the end of that. See, this is the crazy shit that's available when you spend 2.5 days away from husband, kids, business. Like, no distractions, right? This is why I'm so pumped and stoked to teach live events now. And some women from live events are stepping through into like a group mastermind from there. But that live event, because it's so impactful, the results are so fast. Real results. Because you're going to also see when you opt in the stories of right now, there's 3 women. There's 2 more interviews I'm doing that I just really got on the phone with those I haven't connected with since the live event. Just be like, how are you, sister? Where are you at? What kind of things are coming up for you? And every single one of those women are just like, oh my God, like things are still like just rocking and rolling and, like amazing. So this wasn't like a woo-woo pump and then suddenly 2 weeks later you're just kind of back to where you were before. So you're going to see the interviews of the stars in the Women Wanting More live event movie and like what's transpired for them afterwards. Have a conversation with them. Just kind of be like, again, like where are you at? What's come up for you? What was the reason you came to the live event? It's almost like behind the scenes as to these women after the event. And you'll be able to watch the movie at the same time, and an opportunity to get one of the remaining seats for the next one. As I record this episode right now, there's currently 4 seats left for the January live event. These are very small and intimate, 6 women. That's it, 6. Because I want to have that much of an impactful change. I've had a few women say like, oh, I can't do January, when's the next one? I'm like, I don't know actually. It might be the spring, it might not. Stop saying later, sister. But you're going to see after watching the live event movie, you have a chance to actually apply. Yes, this is by application. I don't accept every single woman. This is not for everybody. But it may just be for you, sister. If you're looking to get some clarity on what you want within your marriage, in your business, in your health, your purpose as a parent, and you want to clearly know why that matters, you want to have the tools to put that into action, practical, right? And really become more powerful in all parts of your life, then you're going to see at the end of watching that a chance to actually fill out an application. And if I feel that you're a fit, we will get on the phone together and have a powerful conversation to really see if you are a fit, if this is something that'll really serve you. And if there's seats that are available, then you will be given a seat to actually attend the event. But again, this is all by application. So I will have the link to all this in the show notes, which means if you're listening on your phone, you can click on the little I, and it'll bring you to the show notes there. And you'll see the link you can just click on the link and it'll bring you right through to watch the movie. And if you receive this through the newsletter, well, you'll have that in an email. Even better, right? So, because I want y'all to see this. I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of these women. I want to really feature them and show them and champion them for the work that they've done. You're not going to get it unless you watch this live event movie. So link will be there for you, sister. Click on it, enter your name and email. You'll see all the interviews, all the bonus content that's on there, and enjoy that and really see if this is something that is for you. That is for you. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.